Thank you for listening to a nighttime adventure bedtime story from nighttimeadventures.com. Visit our website to view hundreds of exciting bedtime stories for children of all ages.
The Nighttime Adventures of Molly, the Mysterious House. Molly was a bright and imaginative young girl who loved bedtime, for she knew that every night, she would embark on incredible nighttime adventures as she slept. These dreams took her to fantastic places filled with wonder, fun, and thrilling escapades. As she snuggled under her cozy blankets one evening, Molly eagerly anticipated the adventure that awaited her in her dreams tonight. As Molly drifted off to sleep, she found herself in the moonlit courtyard of a spooky old house, surrounded by her closest friends. The towering structure loomed over them, its ancient walls adorned with ivy and crumbling bricks. Molly and her friends huddled together, excitement coursing through their veins as they dared each other to explore the mysterious house. With a deep breath and a burst of courage, Molly led her friends through the creaking front door, her heart pounding with anticipation. The house was filled with dark, dusty corridors and eerie, dimly lit rooms. Cobwebs hung from the corners, and the floorboards groaned beneath their feet, adding to the spine-chilling atmosphere. As the group ventured deeper into the house, they came across a grand, yet dilapidated, bedroom. A heavy layer of dust covered every surface, and the once elegant furniture now appeared worn and faded. Molly's eyes were drawn to a large, ornate mirror that stood against one wall. The mirror, though dusty, still seemed to possess an air of magic about it. Curiosity piqued, Molly stepped closer to the mirror, her reflection barely visible through the dust. As she peered into the mirror, she spotted something unusual hanging on a coat rack behind her. It was an old, tattered jacket, its fabric shimmering in the moonlight that streamed through the cracked window. Intrigued, Molly turned and picked up the jacket, feeling a sudden chill run down her spine. She hesitated for a moment before slipping the jacket on, wondering what secrets it might hold. As she turned back to the mirror, her eyes widened in disbelief. Her reflection had vanished. The jacket had made her invisible. The thrill of the discovery bubbled up inside Molly, and she couldn't resist the temptation to play some harmless pranks on her unsuspecting friends. They were still exploring the grand bedroom, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the walls. Molly crept up behind her friend, Sam, who was examining an old candle holder. With a mischievous grin, she reached out and gave the candle holder a gentle nudge, making it wobble back and forth. Sam jumped back in surprise, his eyes wide with shock as he looked around for an explanation. Suppressing her giggles, Molly moved to a nearby window, opening and shutting it abruptly, causing her friend Lucy to shriek in fright. Molly's friends exchanged nervous glances, wondering what could be causing the strange occurrences. Emboldened by her friends' reactions, Molly decided to pull one last trick. She picked up a dusty old book from a nearby shelf and carried it through the air, making it appear as though it was floating. Her friends gasped in amazement and fear, their eyes following the seemingly levitating book. Unable to contain her laughter any longer, Molly pulled off the jacket and reappeared, the book falling to the floor with a thud. Her friends stared at her in disbelief, relief and laughter quickly replacing their fear. "It's the jacket!" Molly exclaimed, showing her friends the magical garment. "It made me invisible!" Her friends gathered around, excitedly examining the mysterious jacket and taking turns trying it on. As the friends marveled at the magical jacket, they began to think of more creative and exciting ways to use its invisibility powers. Molly's friend, Sam, had an idea. "Why don't we play a game of hide and seek?" he suggested, his eyes twinkling with excitement. "With the jacket, we'll have the best hiding spots ever!" The friends enthusiastically agreed, and they decided that Lucy would be the seeker first. She closed her eyes and began counting, while the others chose who would don the jacket first, vanishing from sight. Molly was chosen to go first. Molly, now invisible, tiptoed into the grand library and hid among the towering bookshelves. With the jacket's power, she blended seamlessly into the shadows, her breath shallow and quiet as she tried not to give away her position. Sam hid in the dusty ballroom, standing perfectly still next to the cracked chandelier trying to blend in since he did not have the power of the jacket, while their other friend, Jake, climbed atop an old wardrobe in the portrait gallery, hiding among the eerie faces that seemed to watch the game unfold. Lucy finished counting and began her search, her ears straining for any sign of her hidden friends. The house was now filled with both tension and excitement as the friends tried their best to be still and quiet, trying to avoid being discovered. Molly held her breath as Lucy entered the library, her flashlight sweeping across the dusty tomes. As Lucy approached, Molly carefully moved to the other side of the bookshelf, avoiding the beam of light. In the ballroom, Sam skillfully evaded Lucy by swinging from the chandelier to a nearby balcony, his heart racing as he reveled in the thrill of the chase. Meanwhile, Jake held onto the wardrobe for dear life as Lucy scrutinized the portrait gallery, the old paintings seeming to smirk at the clever game being played. Little did she know, she looked right at Jake, who seemed to blend in with the other faces in the portraits. Finally, after what felt like hours of intense searching and exhilarating near misses, Lucy managed to locate each of her friends by following the faint sounds of their breathing and the creaking floorboards that betrayed their movements. The friends regrouped in the grand bedroom, laughing and panting from the excitement. As they caught their breath, they discussed their incredible hiding spots and the close calls they had experienced. The magical jacket had given them the most exciting game of hide and seek they had ever played, and they all agreed that the adventure was one they would never forget. But as the night wore on, the friends knew that they couldn't keep the jacket any longer. They had to return it to its rightful place and leave the spooky old house behind. The magic and excitement would live on in their memories, and they knew they would always cherish the night they shared together in the mysterious house, playing a game of hide and seek that no one else would ever understand. With a sigh, Molly carefully draped the jacket back onto the coat rack where she had found it, hoping that it would remain a well-guarded secret of the house. The friends then gathered their flashlights and made their way back through the dark, twisting corridors. As they stepped out into the cool night air, Molly couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and nostalgia. The adventure had been thrilling, and she knew she would treasure the memory forever. With one last glance at the mysterious house, Molly and her friends departed, chattering excitedly about their escapades and the magical jacket that had turned an ordinary night into an extraordinary adventure. As dawn began to break, Molly found herself back in her cozy bed, her heart filled with warmth and happiness from her dream. She knew that her nighttime adventure had been a truly remarkable experience, one that she would remember and cherish for the rest of her life. And as Molly drifted off to sleep each night, she looked forward to the countless adventures that awaited her in her dreams, ready to face whatever challenges and excitement the night had in store.